tell you right now, I'm not going to end tonight at $29 of support for a brand new release that I just bought. I'm not doing it.
What's going on, guys? So it's been an interesting weekend for DSP. I mean, nothing out of the norm, right? We had the marathon weekend. We had the Mega Beg Marathon or Mega Man, whatever you want to call it. We had that. We had Mafia come out. So there's some things to talk about. Now, I'm not going to lie. I tapped out of that Mega Man Marathon pretty quick. Just to kind of recap it to the best of my ability, we probably spent the first hour trying to get to $100, basically holding the game hostage before he started playing. Phil wanted $100 before getting into the game. The first hour was, you know, the usual staring at chat, asking about getting contributions before starting the game so he could take a shot. Started going over DSP tries and stuff, you know, the things that make him money that he thinks is content for his audience. Now, as you all probably know by now, I'm not a fan of streamers who constantly talk about money and treat streaming video games like a business. Just because you stream video games and you think it's a business doesn't mean you're entitled to anybody's money, but that's exactly what happens here. Now, Phil got pretty drunk on this marathon. He admitted it. He said he was hungover the next day, and it was pretty rough for him. I mean, look at him here in the picture. He's already feeling it. But the whole marathon was just a rush for him to get through. No interest in the game whatsoever. It was to just get through the game as fast as possible. He used save states, he used whatever he could to just get through the game. There was no challenge. If there was even a challenge in this game, Phil would use a save state until he beat the part. He would just rush through something, constantly die from it, and save state again. Now, let's pop over to the Totally Professional studio and take a look. Here's a quick clip of Phil playing the Mega Man Marathon and what you could have expected if you were there live watching it.
God damn it! My hand is hurting.
You know, if you weren't interested in playing the game, Phil, why did you play the game at all? Like, you just rushed through it and used save states. That Mega Man was supposed to be a challenge. The whole idea of the marathon was it's going to be a challenge to get through. But if the second you die, you instantly just save state back to where you were, it kills the challenge. Who cares if you only got through one game? It's about the challenge. It just looked like a low effort playthrough, and I understand that, you know, this Legacy collection has save states built in. Doesn't necessarily mean it's there to use all the time. The game is hand-holding Phil at this point. You're abusing save states, I should say, to the point where you die and you instantly reload, you die and you reload. Now, the marathon was largely boring. Phil got a little too inebriated, which is kind of silly to have a marathon that's supposed to be fun and you just get drunk to the point where you're so unentertaining. It just looked like he didn't want to be there. And it's clear that the marathon's not centered around any game. It's not a Mega Man marathon. It's a Drinking Man marathon. Like, he just drinks. He got so inebriated that he felt that he couldn't do DSP tries it properly. So everybody screamed scam in his chat because DSP was, yeah, we got to hit 3 goals today by 4:30 so we can do the DSP tries it today during the marathon. And he got that goal, by the way. He did hit his $450 in time, and then decided not to record and put out his DSP tries it. Now, obviously there was backlash. You know, the next day or whatever day he came back, people brought it up. People super chatted, people were in his chat, and DSP's response was, I didn't scam anybody. You still got your food. I still ate it on stream. I still told you what I thought, and then got mad. But that goes against what DSP tries it stands for, right? It's a recorded segment that DSP puts out that everybody can enjoy. That's why he doesn't do giveaways. He puts out DSP tries it so everybody can enjoy. They can go back later. They can watch it. If you didn't catch the stream, you can watch it. But Phil basically said, no, that's not true. I still did a DSP tries it. And Phil basically admitted that DSP tries it is just about him getting food to eat and talking about it, which there's really no substance there. Anybody can eat food and say it tastes good. It doesn't taste good. It's tangy. So once again, Phil spits in his viewers' faces, doesn't do a proper DSP tries it because he drank too much, because he ruined his own marathon by drinking a lot. But the money came in, so Phil would drink for the money. And this is coming from a guy that had a former drinking problem, and those are his words. So I didn't really cover that. That's kind of my recap of the marathon. It is what it is. Just another DSP marathon. He hit somewhere around $1,000, $1,100. I can't really remember the specifics, but it was good enough for him to want to do another marathon at the end of the month. So we'll see how that one turns out. Now, DSP got a lot of money on this marathon. This was on Friday. DSP comes back on Sunday. Let's see how the return went. So DSP returned on Sunday, 2 days after his Friday marathon. Brand new release. Mafia: The Old Country came out on Friday, so DSP's playing it for the first time on Sunday. The first stream he gets well over his $150 goal. Great. Especially coming from a marathon you made well over $1,000 a few days before. Well, the night stream didn't do so well. And it doesn't matter if Phil made $50,000 the day before. If a stream doesn't do well, how do you think Phil's gonna react?
Here's the deal. We have one of two options. I've already played this game now for almost 4 hours today. I have a good amount to say about it. So we can either play it for another hour, or we could just chill for an hour. I'm okay if you just want to hang out for an hour and talk instead of play the game if you think you're bored of the game. Because this is what happened on launch day for Donkey Kong Bonanza. As I played it all day, and people said by the end of the day they were bored.
Phil will do anything to not have to play video games, it seems. But if the money's coming in, he knows that the video game's working. If the money stops coming in, well, he'd rather just sit and chill with the audience and ask for money, because it's easier to focus on the audience and ask for money than it is to play the game and try to get money to come in at the same time. But your job, Phil, is to just stream video games. So just play the damn game.
I'm not bored. Like, I'm enjoying it, but we're not getting any support, and I'm wondering why. I'm having a good time with it. I wanted to do this mission right now where we take out the camp and everything, but is anyone going to support the stream tonight? I don't get it.
And that's his problem. People aren't giving Phil money. Phil's having a great time with the game. It's not the game this time. You know how normally when Phil's having a bad stream, he goes, guys, it's the game. Clearly people don't want to see this game. Well, Phil's enjoying the game. He's having fun with the game, but it's the audience he has an issue with. This guy is owed your money, and you're not giving it to him. What the hell is wrong with you guys?
I don't know what you're talking about on Kick. I was playing the game. I don't even know what you're speaking of, so stop yelling and screaming. I don't know. I was playing the game. I wasn't involved in anything you're talking about. I agree. This is Mafia. I'm having a good time. Don't ask me why. We've got literally 2 people who contributed in almost 2 hours that I've been streaming. I turned on the stream at 7, not even 6:45. Actually, I have been streaming for 2 hours right now. So I don't know what's going on.
Your dig.
Well, if you enjoyed the playthrough, why aren't you supporting it? Save us GTA 6. Right? You like it so much. Where are the people who saying, wow, this is great. Thanks for the marathon of gameplay today?
I like that little slip up. It's as if in his head, people should be continuing to throw him money after the marathon. But he knew that would come out wrong as he said it. So after he said, thanks for the marathon, he had to correct himself real quick and say, for the gameplay today.
Are the people who saying, wow, this is great. Thanks for the marathon of gameplay today?
Phil, is everything you do a marathon now? Are you owed money for doing marathons for everything? Is that why you're calling everything a marathon? I mean, your definition of a marathon is being on stream all day, playing games and getting drunk for shots. This stream was just like any other stream you normally do. You played it for a few hours on the first stream, you got off for a couple hours, and you came back on the night stream to play it. I don't see how that's a marathon, unless everything you do is a marathon. And you continue to say, detractors and trolls make things up about me on the internet. They spread all these things that aren't true about me. Phil, you do this stuff to yourself, and he doesn't even realize how he comes off here. I mean, maybe he does. But when all you care about is the money, you know, you just kind of speak your mind, I guess, right? But you're your own worst enemy, brother.
All right, get rid of this idiot. He's making up stuff now. Get the fuck out of here. I don't think it's boring, Roy. I'm having a good time. Like I said.
I wonder what that guy said that he was making up. These are the copes and the things that Phil tells himself to avoid taking any responsibility for his own actions and just say people are making things up. How can they prove that they're not making it up? Well, they can't, because they got banned and they're out of Phil's chat, so he never has to worry about it again. Except for when the trolls and detractors repost it on the internet, and then they're making shit up.
That was a good sequence. That felt just like Uncharted. It was kind of cool. It was a throwback because you don't have any more Uncharted games. It was good to have a sequence like that. But I'm not going to keep playing. People are just going to sit here complaining, and then no one supporting it all. I'll just chill with you for an hour, seriously, and we can play more of this later in the week. If people are burned out because I played so much of it today, then we'll just do it later in the week, and I'm okay with that. But I want to do what's right and what people are going to care about and support. I don't want to be doing it and then get yelled at and say, oh, you really goofed. You played too much of this game. It's boring now. I'm just tired of it. Really, I am. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of just being told that everything I do is wrong when here I am trying to do, a full day of coverage of a new game for you.
Well, then maybe you should stop complaining and be entertaining and play the game. You always say this, the game's boring. People don't want to see it. Maybe I should stop doing games on the day and night stream for new releases. Why is it that every other streamer can play the same game for days on end that comes out? And they have viewers, they have attendance, because they're entertaining, Phil. They don't stop to calculate currency exchanges in the middle of gameplay.
I'm tired of just being told that everything I do is wrong.
They don't ruin an entertaining gameplay session by stopping to talk about support for 15 minutes. They entertain the audience. That's what you're supposed to do, Phil.
I'm tired of just being told that everything I do is wrong.
You don't berate them because they're not giving you enough money. You look like a clown.
I'm tired of just being told that everything I do is wrong. Cotton Eye Joe did a $2 super chat. Thanks for the marathon today. Yes, all Mafia all day.
And that guy was being sarcastic. Thanks for the marathon today. He was obviously joking and making fun of Phil for Phil claiming that this was somehow a gameplay marathon when it was just a regular stream. And, it seems like sometimes Phil isn't the brightest bulb in the pack to realize that this guy was being sarcastic and making fun of him. So let's acknowledge that and say thank you.
I'll tell you right now, I'm not going to end tonight at $29 support for a brand new release that I just bought. I'm not doing it.
He's so likable. So likable.
So whatever it's going to take to bring more people to the stream who are going to engage in support, rather than people just sitting here whining and screaming on Kick about something that I'm not involved in because I was playing the game. I don't even know what the hell you're talking about.
Banned.
No, we're about 4 hours into the game right now. Four hours. Yep.
He was what, $27? I'm pretty sure he ended the night at 34. Somebody gave him a $5 super chat. And the 27 that he got were from his regulars. I think your future stepdad was one of them. Like, you have 250 something people on a stream, Phil. You've exhausted the money that you can make off these people. And he's so upset that he's milked these people, especially the past few days from the marathon and everything, that he's pissed that he says, I'm not ending tonight at $27. I'll tell you that. Well, yeah, you are, Phil. It's crazy that just some random guy on the internet who plays video games can have such a rotten personality for just playing video games all day. The internet ruined this guy. I mean, he was probably toast before, but it's like he's drowning in mental illness. He doesn't know what to believe anymore. He doesn't know who's on his side. He doesn't know what tomorrow's gonna bring. It's a nightmare for this guy. This clip was posted by Steve of the Dead on Twitter. This one was hilarious. Let's check it out.
I thought I was going to do DSP tries it but you guys had already had me like 6+ shots in, and when the food showed up already my stomach wasn't feeling that good, and I said to everyone, I'm not feeling like, I'm already feeling like pretty not necessarily full-on drunk. I wasn't full-on drunk, but man, you could tell when you're just not yourself because I was so much liquor in me. And I was like, I don't think we should do DSP tries it. Let's just have a meal together. And then I started to eat it, and quite honestly, it wasn't good. Like, I ordered this jambalaya and it tasted worse than what my wife makes when she makes homemade gumbo. I'm serious.
It tasted worse than what my wife makes when she makes homemade gumbo. I'm serious. The thing is here, Phil probably didn't mean to insult his wife's cooking, but inadvertently did. Because you're insinuating that your wife's gumbo doesn't taste good, and this tasted worse than. Phil sure has a way with words.
Actually, her gumbo tasted better. I'm like, oh. And then the pizza, which I've had their pizza before many years ago. I thought I was going to do.
I mean, look at Kick Chat light up. They knew what was up. They knew exactly what Phil had said. How do you think Phil's going to react when word gets back to him, or that he's reading all the messages in chat, that he dumped on his own wife's cooking? Because Phil always makes his wife seem incompetent at everything she does. Even when he doesn't mean it, he puts her down in some way or another. Now, let's see how Phil reacts to the chat reacting to what he said about his wife's cooking being better than that disgusting jambalaya that he ate.
Of course, Moran's saying, I insulted my wife's cooking. No, I didn't. Again, what is wrong with you fucking losers? What is wrong with you? Can you get a fucking life and stop micro-analyzing everything I say and trying to twist it into something toxic because you are life losers? No one insulted my wife's cooking, you fucking armpit-scratching mouth droolers. Didn't happen. Shut the fuck up. Okay.
And of course, Phil's gonna deny it ever happened, and people are making things up. But it's kind of silly, Phil. The clip is right there, buddy. But he's got to defend his wife, because if he doesn't, he's going to get off stream and he's going to get yelled at. I kind of get the vibe that they have a relationship where Phil gets yelled at a lot by Kat. Who knows? I'd just love to be a fly on the wall. Now, let's just watch a few funny clips to end the video off, huh? Now, this one's about a week old, but it's funny. It's just another example of a video game that Phil can't hack it by playing the regular way. He's going to use hacks. Well, not really. It's just aim assist. But let's look at that. Not only is this stupid and really unentertaining to watch somebody just aimbotting around like that because they can't aim with a joystick properly, he just full autos. And I remember GTA 4, full autoing just meant your aim spread a lot wider than it could. Like if he had kind of done some single shot taps, a couple bursts, and let his recoil go back down, he could have probably killed half these guys in the first couple shots, especially with the aimbot headshot. But he just rushes to get through games and doesn't realize that he's not entertaining when he does stuff like this. I played a lot of GTA 4 back in the day. Some people use this aim assist, but it wasn't the way to play the game. When you aim like this, you're letting the game play for you. And he just full autos, and he can't even do that. Like, what is this? We won't even talk about the fact that the game hardly looks modded. I've already touched on that, but yeah. This was caught by Palms Past on Twitter. People noticed that Phil flipped his camera down for his DSP tries it and it caught the floor. Well, what looks like an Ethernet cable is running from his room underneath the corner of the door out in the hallway somewhere. Could be anything. Could be a security camera. Could be a mesh router. Who knows? But I can't imagine paying for something that I call a home and not being able to run a wire through the wall. Right? It's like a 30-minute job to just drill a hole in the wall and run the wire through it. It's kind of crazy if the homeowners association wouldn't let him do this for something that he owns. And I'm sure that might be the case, or it's just laziness. But it's a glorified apartment. So, yeah, that's what I'm gonna say about this. Also, the walls are really caked up on the baseboards here. Get all the dust caked up right here on the baseboards. Like, do some cleaning, Phil, please. Clean up your office a little bit, man. Take a day off. But yeah, that's all I got on this one, y'all. Appreciate you sticking through it. Drop a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.